So basically, episode two basically of this anime. Yeah, been to episode two. I have to say, this episode two was definitely a lot more better than episode one because I mean, like episode one, it just kind of really got to me because I'm like, I really don't like it to really all that much when basically you see the MC, he gets beats up most of the entire time based off the episode. That's what I had a problem with episode one. But when it got to episode two, I was going, okay, now I'm starting begin to understand what is basically really actually is basically really is going on. This with that. And that's why I said like episode 12 was a lot better. I mean, not episode 12, excuse me, episode two was a lot better than episode one. And and I don't mean to criticize episode one. It's just that it just gets kind of annoying. You see the same thing just happen. Basically, you normally see in basically other different animes. That's the reason why. That's why I said like I just don't know if I'm going to really continue or not. But even though I did, so I think this episode was just. I mean, it was just basically a start something that I normally don't that you normally don't see or I don't see, but it turns out to something a lot better, and it really does and shows the progress basically in this anime also too. One thing I definitely want to say is that I really am starting to get used to the MC really a lot. He doesn't seem like he's really much of a dense character, which that's a very good thing and stuff like that because the dude doesn't even know how to use like karate or anything like that. But even though he does know how to fight. Even though fighting for the food, fighting for the bentos and stuff like that. But the one thing I think I start to know the reason why that he's fighting for these bentos is because like when it's like a certain time or the hour or something like that, and they place like each of the different on the managers basically of the different stores or in charge of the store or just the employee, they put a half price sticker on the bentos so they can get it for half price instead of just paying for full price to basically really actually get it. One thing I really loved about basically with this anime, you could just see like different kind of foods that we really don't know, and you can see there's different other different things that you basically do get from the grocery store, and they go like Walmart, Aldi's, Target, or other Food Line or whatever you want to call it, or whatever it is, Winn Dixie, and you find those different brands and stuff like that. Or you could probably buy them from on Amazon, which a lot of people do like to go on Amazon. Basically, sometimes they make like buy food there and stuff like that, and stuff like that. Because I never really bought any food from Amazon because I never really have and stuff like that. But I'm just saying. But one thing is just that this episode two was a lot more better. Number one, I want to say this also well too. The MC, he seems to be respecting his fellow people around him, or I will say his peers are basically around him that fighting for the same thing and stuff like that. And the reason why I'm saying that is basically it's because I see the respect that has with basically for the others also well too, and basically getting the bentos and stuff, and basically getting the bentos and and stuff, basically that's basically what he really was. That's basically what they all aim for and stuff like that. And you also have to like, and number two, you basically also have like different. You also have like these different groups is that they come around, they go into the store and basically they really want to get it also too, or they can share it with their friends or whatever it is and stuff like that and stuff. Now, one thing I definitely want to mention is also well too, because I don't think this never really happens in Japan. I don't know. I could be right. I could be wrong. But one thing I definitely want to say is that I really I really do like this anime because it mixed in with some drama and some and action and also comedy also as well too, because with the action, comedy, and drama mixed up based on this anime, it makes it a very exciting anime. But this is the first time I ever seen a genre of an anime like this, like people fighting over bentos, because I think it's pretty intelligent. I think it's a really good intelligent anime. I really do think so. It really is and stuff like that. Now, some people will probably say, I basically came for this anime for the fan service and stuff like that. I mean, the fan service is okay. It's not likely you don't see like I say all the time, High School DxD or To Live Real. But I really am glad. I really am glad because that this is an anime that I basically really want to see basically more animes instead of just focusing like major fan service basically in the animes and stuff like that. But I really do think that this anime does has a lot of good headway and stuff like that. And I think this anime has pretty much gotten some popularity and stuff like that. I definitely do think so. I could be wrong, but I'm not really actually so sure if that really is the case yet or not. I don't know if people really actually do like this anime, but even though some people may disregard this anime because regardless of episode one, because they may think like we don't want to see the same thing over and over and over again, and because some people may probably get offended or whatever it is and stuff like that. But I mean, it's not just because episode one. It's not just because episode one. It's just basically because basically showing different genres. Some people may not even like it, even though, like I said, for basically episode one, I didn't care for it really all that much because seeing MC gets beat up most of the time because I didn't normally understand. But then I began to understand when it comes to episode two. When it comes to episode two, it really sharpened things up really for the better for this anime really actually is and stuff like that. But even though, especially with the tags based on this anime, which I think is absolutely just wonderful. But you have the action, the comedy, and you also have the let's see, yeah, action comedy and I can't remember drama. Yeah, drama. But I definitely do like it. But the anime does tend to lean going into drama. But even though not only that, but they pretty much know how to tone down the comedy based of this anime also as well too, which I really do love. Because when it comes to other different series, from what I'm seeing based right here, I don't like going out a full force of comedy. And because to make it seem like there's these kind of cringe moments that you see in that and stuff like that. That's stuff that I really don't like. It really just depends on like how do they tone with the comedy based off in the anime. That's basically my opinion. That's basically what I definitely do think. But like I said before, I said this many different times before that a lot of people, like myself or any others, probably don't like comedy really all that much. But I can tolerate it. But when it comes to getting to way too overboard of a cringe one, that just really turns me off, and that's why I think like hey, I don't like this because it's just not really for me and stuff like that. And stuff, and that's basically what it feels like. I'm not saying that, like I said, I'm not saying hate episode one. It's just that I just didn't like to see. I didn't understand. I really did not like the whole entire of the fact why the MC was getting beat up most of the difference of the time basically in the anime. So yeah, I mean that's like I said, that's basically my opinion. I know some people will probably disagree with me on this, but even though that's fine. But I definitely do love this anime because just seeing the similarities basically from what basically actually knows what they're going through and stuff like that. Now the anime could get a lot worse or it could get a lot better. I'm not really so sure, but I'm saying I'm going to continue on with the anime because I really do like this. I really do like this anime. Hopefully it does not turn out to be some of the animes, like I said, for with comedy and stuff like that. I'm hoping it's not going to really, but I really do see myself continue on. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what really is going to fold on, and if there's a very good possibility, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, anyway, so that's it for this anime reactions. Not anime reactions, anime review. Anyway, since I know I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please hit the like button, give me a thumbs up, and please hit the notification bell as well too, so you get to watch my videos. And please leave a comment below. And with all of you guys, take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. God bless. Remember to stay. I love you guys. Please stay. And remember to stay blessed. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.